copy from the board what you have introduced in the lesson. It's not the way. Your students have to write similar sentences at least. When you give them a flower is yellow, they have to write a flower is pink, maybe. Okay, anyway, when you show your students a word like that, what you get?
Colors.
A flower,
Colors.
pink,
Green.
yellow,
Beautiful.
green,
Beautiful.
beautiful, adjective. You see how many, not how many words, you see how many parts of speech you got? You showed them and you kept silent. You didn't bother yourself to tell them, give me 2 nouns, give me 1 adjective, give me, and you can scaffold your way according to the age, the student age in front of you.
According to objects.
Yes. For elementary school, I show them and I accept a flower. For intermediate school, nouns and adjectives, part of speech. It's very, it's not easy for them.
Classify what they said.
Yeah, in the secondary stage, what are you going to ask them?
Verb, noun, and adjective.
No, this is intermediate.
To write a paragraph.
Verb.
Writing a paragraph about this picture. One more thing.
Describes.
Describing the picture. This is imagination. You develop imagination in their minds. When you see this word, when you see this picture, what comes to your mind? What comes to your mind?
Love.
What else?
Present.
Nature.
Present, love, nature. Abstract words. Abstract. When they give you the abstract words, you don't have to. Please. When you give them, when your students give you the abstract words, you don't have to teach. They produced it, not you. So, Mr. Said, when your student says love, are you going to explain the word? Are you going to explain the meaning?
Why not?
Why yes?
Why not?
Why yes?
You answer me.
I don't think you have to introduce it or to explain it because you didn't produce it. Your students produce it. What about you, Mr. Fayed? Are you going to explain it? No. No need. When there is no need, please do not teach.
To gain some time to develop it.
To gain, not to gain only, to save time for students. Try to save time for students in your classroom. This way saves all the time for your students. Okay? It can be used for warming up your students. It can be used for presenting new vocab items and grammar as well. When you think about it, I taught my kids the present simple in the second graders, and it's shown on YouTube as well. They do not have in the book the verb ending with S, with the third person. They do not have it. It's not in the textbook. Okay? But I taught them when they were ready. I found them ready. Yeah.
All of them, Mr. Ashraf?
All my classes, only. Okay.
3 words.
The first, second,
On, bowl,
second.
bowl, a bowl,
Football.
a football,
Football.
football,
Football.
shoot,
Kick.
Play.
play,
Play.
play,
I.
play, play,
Football.
football,
Play. Football.
As a student, please reply to me as a student and as a teacher.
He
Play,
Play.
play football.
Play.
He play football. Plays.
What did I say to pretend? Did I say the whole verb?
Excuse me. Harf said sa, yes?
Z.
Are you sure that he will integrate it or add it to the end of the
Yes.
yes?
Yeah.
Play.
The sound only. I give him the missing sound.
I didn't think that the student here will say plays if you add z. Like, no, z.
Okay. Believe me, they added it.
Okay.
You know what? First of all, please give me one more minute. One more. Okay. One more sentence. One more sentence. One more sentence. Before I say the sound. Before I say the sound, what I did, I hold that the word which needs to be corrected. So my student knows that there's something missing here.
And you let him say it first.
Yes.
You let him say the verb first, and after that you
This
add.
is the most important thing. I give him a chance to produce. When he produced, all the students listen to him, and all the students have the courage to speak like him. This is the first thing. Then I corrected it to him. Then I make it public in chorus after that to be sure that they corrected it. Another
I think
sentence.
this method can be used even in secondary school.
Yes, I tried it. Believe me, it's shown on YouTube. One more thing. T-shirt. One
Shirt.
shirt.
And shirt.
Shirt.
And shirt.
This is my new vocab, my new words, my new structure. I'll say it. I made my friends, my students produce what they know first. A t-shirt, a shirt. Then I told them, this is.
This is a t-shirt. A shirt.
These are.
These are.
This is.
These
These are.
What did I do with these?
Plural.
These. What's my body language here?
Stress.
Stressing the length of these in pronunciation. I did like that.
Long vowel.
These long vowel.
They feel it.
They felt it. Believe me, from the first time when I say this, these, they correct themselves. When my student said, this is boots, I did like that. Without talking. Mouthing and body language at the same time. He corrected himself. You can see it. You can watch it on YouTube.
Maybe you think that
I-
you want to go to the
I'm not satisfied for you.
You can make anybody language instead of this.
Yeah. These, they knew it. You know, I do everything that can interest my students
You remember
and
it.
get their attention.
You will remember it all the time.
Yes, you are right.
By squeezing.
Even by linking it with the bathroom.
Yeah, now you thought this is, and these are, and they will not forget it.
But by the way, this is
Learning by doing.
the length of the vowel or something like that, or singular or plural.
Yeah, this and these,
Yeah.
you have to teach them singular and plural first. Like again,
You
you
said
know,
that-
Mr. Please, Mr. Muhammad, you know, Mr. Muhammad, to put sa by the end of the verb, it may sound sa, za, is. It's very clear when you pronounce it to your students. Isolated sound. They will know it. They will know it. He read English. He reads. He reads. He drink water. When you give them s, z, z, it will be clearer than when it's connected with the word. When the sound is connected with the word, it will be clearer when it's isolated. Okay, and until now it's developed. It's a developed technique. Okay.
You can mix all the techniques. You shouldn't insist on this. Okay.
You have.
Each art, they say each article or each thing serves article. You have to. It's as we said yesterday. It depends on the needs of your student.
Yes, of course.
So you can change even your way. You are not going to insist on some
Of course,
things to
of
do.
course. But
If you found your
but
class,
as
if you found your class find this way boring, for example, what are you going to do?
your students
Your
find
one
it
of
boring.
your classes, yes. For example, what are you going to do? Are you going to insist on this?
No, you have to find it. You have to change it.
Yes,
Find
this was-
some steps in your technique.
Maybe, yes.
Yeah. Okay. Have you heard about the whole brain teaching? WBT. Who heard about it? WBT. And whole brain teaching. It's a technique. Okay. A teacher from the university teaches in the university called Chris Biffles. He's alive till now. Chris Biffles. In the university, created a technique and he called it whole brain teaching. Why he called it whole brain teaching? Because he uses more senses, more than one or two senses in the learning process. I'll show you now. We have 5 rules. How many rules we have?
5,
How many rules we have?
5,
Rule number 1.
rule
Look at this.
number 1.
Rule number 1. Raise your hand to speak. Raise your hand to speak. When I say teach, say okay, and say it to your friends. Teach, okay. Raise your hand to speak. Raise your hand to speak. When I say class, you say yes and put silent. Class.
Yes.
When I say class 2 times, you say yes, yes. Class, class.
Yes.
When I say it 3 times, you say 3 times. Class, class, class. Yes. Try to imitate my voice and you hear. Classo, classo, classo. Classi, classi, classi.
Yes, yes, yes.
Classiti, classiti, classiti.
Yes, yes.
This is the way. And he teaches the 5 rules like that. Write on YouTube 5 rules for Chris Biffles, and you see what I tell you. And it's in the university level for the university students. Chris Biffles, WBT.
It was really fun.
We hope you liked it too.
Seems like we've just begun when suddenly we're through. Goodbye, goodbye, good friends, goodbye. 'Cause now it's time to go. But hey, I say, well, that's okay.